Welcome to my Chanel Most Worth Coins, WC. Today videos is one you won't to miss. We're diving into the world of top 2 one-dime coins. So let's get it started. The 1969 United States one dime, known as the Roosevelt dime, is a 10-cent coin that serves as a small yet significant piece of American numismatic history. It was part of the long-standing Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946 and continues to this day. The Roosevelt dime was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945 after serving 4 terms and leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's close association with the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio, an illness he personally battled, made him an ideal figure to feature on the dime. His image on the coin reflects both his legacy and the public's admiration for his leadership and humanitarian efforts. The obverse, front of the 1969 dime, features a left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John Arsenault, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. The design includes the inscriptions "Liberty" to the left of Roosevelt's profile, "In God We Trust" below his chin, and the date 1969 on the lower right. The designer's initials, J.S., are also inscribed at the base of Roosevelt's neckline. Interestingly, these initials caused some controversy when the coin was first released in 1946. Due to post-Wow tensions and the rise of the Cold War, rumors spread that J.S. stood for Joseph Stalin rather than John Arsenault, though this was quickly debunked. The reverse of the 1969 Roosevelt dime is equally symbolic. It features a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right. The olive branch stands for peace, while the oak branch symbolizes strength and independence, 2 ideals closely associated with the American identity. This balanced composition was also designed by John Arsenault. Above the design, the inscription reads, "United States of America," and below it is the denomination, 1 dime. Between the torch and the 2 branches is the Latin motto, "E pluribus unum," meaning, "out of many one," a nod to the unity of the states within the Republic. By 1969, the U.S. Mint had already transitioned away from the silver dimes of the pre-1965 era. The 1969 dime, like all Roosevelt dimes from 1965 onward, was composed of a clad metal structure. It consisted of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a core of pure copper. This composition was adopted due to the rising price of silver in the early 1960s, which caused people to hoard coins. The clad coinage not only reduced costs for the mint, but also discouraged hoarding. The total weight of a 1969 dime is 2.27 grams, with a diameter of 17.91 millimeters and a reeded, grooved edge, a common feature used to deter counterfeiting and coin clipping. The 1969 Roosevelt dime was produced at 3 U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, mint mark; and San Francisco, S, mint mark. Coins struck at Philadelphia and Denver were intended for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. These proof coins are known for their sharp details and mirror-like finishes. The mint mark on coins, minted in Denver or San Francisco, can be found on the reverse, to the lower left of the torch and to the right of the word 1. From a mintage perspective, the 1969 Roosevelt dime is not considered rare. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 145,790,000 dimes. The Denver Mint produced 563,323,870, and the San Francisco Mint produced 2,934,631 proof coins. While these numbers indicate that the coin is common in circulation, collectors still seek high-grade examples, especially those in mint state 65 or higher, with minimal scratches and strong luster. Coins with full bands, FB, where the horizontal bands on the torch are fully struck and distinct, are particularly desirable among collectors, as they indicate a well-struck die and careful minting. In terms of value, most circulated 1969, Roosevelt dimes are worth only face value, especially given their non-silver composition. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can be worth several dollars or more, depending on condition. Proof coins from San Francisco can also carry a premium, particularly those with no blemishes or spotting. Collectors also look for varieties and mint errors, which can drastically increase a coin's worth. While there are no major known doubled dies or repunched mint marks for the 1969 dime, minor strike errors, off-center coins, and die cracks are known and can add to a coin's collectability. The 1969 dime also fits into a fascinating era of American coinage. The late 1960s saw significant changes, including the end of silver coinage, the introduction of the clad coinage system, and evolving minting technologies. The U.S. Mint was experimenting with processes to meet rising production demands while keeping costs down. These changes are reflected in the dimes of this period, where quality control sometimes led to minor variations, something that intrigues error coin enthusiasts. One of the more underappreciated aspects of the Roosevelt dime series is its longevity. Since its introduction in 1946, the Roosevelt design has remained largely unchanged. This continuity is a testament to Roosevelt's enduring legacy and the coin's practical design. The dime is still widely used in day-to-day transactions and remains a staple in vending machines, parking meters, and coin-operated devices. Despite its small size and low denomination, the Roosevelt dime plays a vital role in U.S. commerce. Culturally and historically, the dime is often overlooked compared to larger denominations, but it represents more than its monetary value. It's a symbol of national strength, sacrifice, and unity during challenging times. The 1969 issue, specifically, was minted during a time of deep political and social change in the United States. It circulated during the height of the Vietnam War, the Apollo moon landings, the Civil Rights Movement, and other pivotal events that defined the late 1960s. In conclusion, the 1969 Roosevelt dime is a small coin with a substantial story. It embodies decades of American history, political tribute, and numismatic evolution. While it may not carry the intrinsic value of silver or gold coins, its importance lies in its symbolism, design, and role in the everyday lives of millions of Americans. Whether found in a coin collection, a change jar, or a numismatic auction, the 1969 one dime remains a classic representation of American coinage in the modern era. The 2004 United States one dime, commonly referred to as the Roosevelt dime, is part of a long-standing series that has been in circulation since 1946. It features the image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the design remains one of the longest-running in U.S. coinage history. While at first glance the 2004 dime may appear as a routine issue, a closer examination reveals fascinating aspects in terms of design, historical significance, minting variations, and collecting value. Historical background: the Roosevelt dime. To understand the 2004 dime, we must first revisit the origins of the Roosevelt dime. Following the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1945, the U.S. Mint decided to honor his legacy by placing his image on the dime. This decision was symbolic for multiple reasons. Notably, Roosevelt had played a significant role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign initially aimed at fighting polio, a disease he himself had battled throughout much of his life. Prior to the Roosevelt dime, the winged Liberty Head, Mercury dime had been in use since 1916. The first Roosevelt dime was issued in 1946, designed by John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Sinnock's initials, JS, can still be seen at the base of Roosevelt's neck on the obverse of the coin, including on the 2004 issue. Design details of the 2004 dime obverse, front. The obverse of the 2004 dime features the profile portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left. Around his image are Liberty on the left side, In God We Trust to the lower left of his neck, the date 2004 to the right, and the mint mark, if present, above the year. Beneath the neck is the designer's initials, JS, for John Sinnock. This design has remained virtually unchanged since its introduction in 1946, though minor adjustments to the font and relief have occurred over the decades due to technological improvements and wear of the dies. Reverse, back. The reverse of the 2004 dime is a symbolic representation of strength, peace, and liberty. Torch is centered, representing liberty. An olive branch to the left of the torch symbolizes peace. An oak branch to the right stands for strength and independence. United States of America at the top, one dime at the bottom, and the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, out of many, one, placed horizontally across the base of the torch. The reverse was also designed by John R. Sinnock and has remained essentially unchanged. Since 1946, composition and specifications, the 2004 Roosevelt dime is made of clad composition, consisting of outer layers, 75% copper and 25% nickel. Core, pure copper. This composition has been standard since 1965, when silver was removed from the dime due to rising costs. Specifications. Weight, 2.27 grams diameter, 17.91 m thickness, 135 mm, reeded, 118 reeds, mint marks and mintages in 2004. Dimes were struck at 2 major facilities for general circulation and 2 more for collector coins. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark or marked with a P. Denver Mint marked with a D. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark for proof coins only. West Point Mint, not used for dimes in 2004. Mintage figures, 2004 P, 125,500,000 over 1.1 billion, 2004 D, 132,500,000, just over 1 billion, 2004 S, proof, clad, 2. 965,422, 2004 S silver proof, 1,175,934. The 2004 dime was mass-produced, making it a common coin in circulation, with over 2 billion struck for everyday use. The proof versions were sold in proof sets by the U.S. Mint to collectors and were struck with extra care, resulting in mirror-like surfaces and frosted details, collector value and special varieties. Because of its massive mintage, the 2004 dime in circulated condition is generally only worth face value. However, uncirculated examples and proof versions, especially those graded by services like PCGS or NGC, can have modest collector premiums, 1004P and 2004D. In MS65, MS67 condition, they are worth between $1 and $5 2004 S clad proof, valued around $1 to $3, depending on quality, 1004 S. Silver proof, worth more due to silver content, typically around $5 to $10 plus, depending on silver prices and grade. There are no major known errors or varieties associated with the 2004 dime, though collectors still seek die cracks, off-center strikes, and double dies from this year as with any modern coin. Always check for unusual features, as new discoveries are occasionally made. The dime is the smallest coin in U.S. circulation in terms of diameter. Despite its size, the dime holds significant historical importance because of Roosevelt's connection to polio advocacy and the March of Dimes. The Roosevelt dime series has been running for nearly 80 years, making it one of the longest-running U.S. coin designs without a major redesign. The 2004 dime was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was also releasing the 50 state quarters, but the dime's design remained unchanged, providing a consistent visual contrast. The 2004 United States one-dime coin is a continuation of a powerful and meaningful tradition in American coinage. While it may not stand out as rare or particularly valuable in the numismatic market, it carries deep symbolism. The coin honors a president whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II changed the course of American history, and who championed causes that directly impacted millions of lives. With its elegant and timeless design, the 2004 dime is a small but enduring piece of American legacy, worth appreciating for both its practical use and its historical context. Whether tucked into your pocket, collected in rolls, or displayed in proof sets, it remains a quiet yet potent symbol of liberty, peace, and strength.